Hey, my Facebook family, how y'all doing tonight? I'm just gonna give people just a minute to jump on. God is so good and He is so amazing. He is so amazing. Oh my God. God is amazing. And I thank Him for everything that He's doing in my life. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna give it a minute for people to jump on. Let me see. I hate my mouth sometimes. It acts crazy. It really does act crazy. Yes, it does. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hey, I don't know who that is. Hey, Reva, I see you, girl. I see you. I see you, Mama. How you doing? We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this tonight. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about setting these good boundaries. Hello, somebody. Um, we're going to talk about setting these boundaries tonight. Yes, let's talk about it. Yes, let's talk about it. I just sent out a little memo, a little note. You doing good, Reva? That's good. I don't know who else is on here. Say hello. Say hello, somebody. Hey, Tony, I see you. I see you, girl. How you doing? Oh my God, Tony, it's been so long. It has been so long. My God, it's been a long time. Hey, look, Christina is on here tonight. She said, I ain't getting on late tonight. I ain't getting on late. I love you, sis. You are so beautiful. You are beautiful, girl. You already know. I'm taking after you. I'm just trying to take after you, sis. That's how I'm trying to give it up. Right? I'm trying to take after my sis Christine. Yes. We're gonna talk about this boundary setting tonight. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? So there's a situation. I think about you. What did you say? I think about you every day. Had to hand to Bible that really Tony, you so sweet, sweetheart. Oh my God. Listen, you gotta call me. I'm gonna shoot you my number. You wanna talk? You thinking about me, whatever. Hey, Yana, I see you, boo-boo. I see you, sis. All right now. Yana's in the house. Hello, somebody. Y'all know I'm so silly. Oh my God. God is so good. He's so amazing. But yeah, Tony, I'm gonna shoot you my number. You can call me anytime, sweetheart, because I know there's a lot always going on. God is so good. He is amazing and He's working it all out. He is working it out. Okay. He is. That's my sweet Yana. Yes, it is. That's my girl. So I wanted to jump on real quick. I don't want to be on here too long. It's Sunday night. Everybody got to get up and go to work in the morning. But I do, however, yeah, God is doing what He do. That's right. Amen to that. Amen to that. But I wanted to talk about this whole boundary situation. I want to talk about that. And I got to tell y'all some exciting news. I am literally going to be on with Lady She on her podcast on Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday. So it's going down. That's going to be dope. I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait. It's streaming live on YouTube. It's her podcast. She asked me to be a guest. We're going to be talking about relationships and, my story. And I'm sure a whole bunch of other things that I'm not privy to yet. But whatever comes up, we're going to be discussing it. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty. It's going to be dope. And again, God is amazing. So we're going to see how that whole thing works out. And I'm excited about it because Shanice is dope, because she's amazing, right? And I love being around authentic and amazing people, male or female. I love it. I'm going to tell you something. Here's the truth. There is absolutely nothing better than being around people where you can absolutely be yourself. When you could be silly, but when you could be serious, but when you can cry, when you can share the good times and the bad times together, and they support you through it all. There is nothing, and I promise y'all, there is absolutely nothing better than being your authentic self and being around people who support you and encourage you through your storms, right? Um, so I'm excited because y'all know I love authenticity. That's why I can't stop being. how I am. I'm silly. I'm serious. I don't think that I'm so complex, but I know it's some nuances going on up in here, right? There's certain things that are going on in my heart and in my head that make me who I am. And it also makes you who you are, and it makes you beautiful. And we spend so much time in our life trying to run away and hide parts of ourselves. If I could just be honest, right? We hide parts of ourselves because we don't want anybody to see that. But the truth of the matter is, everything that you are is beautiful. Everything that you are, everything that you've experienced, if you look at it the right way, is beautiful. It didn't happen for no reason at all. It's not an accident. It's definitely by design. And I just praise God for it all, for everybody who left me, everybody that hurt me, everybody that did the things that they did. They helped me to grow up. They actually helped me to set boundaries now for my life where I had none before. I didn't have boundaries because, I didn't know I had to. I thought that people would be just as kind to me as I was trying to be to them, especially people that were in my clique. Hey, Stephanie, I see you, baby. How are you, sis? How are you? I'm so glad to see you. Hello, somebody. I am so glad to see you, sis. So I always thought that, and people are not always kind to you, right? And so when I was younger, I didn't have boundaries. I used to get angry, right? I used to get angry and I wanted to fight, right? But the truth of the matter is, if had I set up boundaries, I would have changed the trajectory of my life and probably so many others, right? We think a lot of times that if we be quiet as a church mouse, if we don't make a lot of noise, if we don't ruffle any feathers, if we just go along just to get along, right? That that's going to make things better, and that's not the truth. I think structure and boundaries is the right way to go in terms of any relationship, whether it is your family, a romantic interest, your husband, your wife. I believe that boundaries are necessary in every relationship. And in fact, when you set boundaries, you're operating from a place of courage. And that's real talk. Because it takes courage to tell somebody, no, baby, you're crossing the line. And in fact, when you tell them that, when you say that, no, that's not gonna work. That's not good enough. No, we're gonna have to, back up and try this thing again. I'm not quitting on you, but I am setting a standard for my life because I deserve better, because I am enough, because I don't have to tolerate any foolishness from anybody. When you do that, right? When you do that, you are actually saying to them, I want this relationship to survive. And the only way that it is going to survive and I be healthy and I feel good and I am where I should be in my life is if I honor myself. And when I honor myself, I also give you permission to honor who you are, right? And that's what makes you beautiful, right? Because it didn't all happen to you. Everything that happened in your past, the difficult situations, relationships, the hurt, the pain, the discouragement, nobody loving you the way that you deserve to be loved, that wasn't for no reason at all. It was all meant to teach you to have some boundaries, right? So that the next time you would be clear, crystal clear about what it is that you want, so that the next relationship or the way that you deal with your siblings, right? Your family members, the way that you deal with them, you set a standard. And if a person cannot adhere to that standard, then the idea is that you might just have to let them go. Wait, not my sister Kim, not my brother, not my mother. No, I don't want you to totally just push them out of your life, because reconciliation is always on the menu. But what I want you to do is I want you to think about, right, saying no when you need to say no. That's unacceptable. And saying yes when you need to say yes. And if every time you approach the situation, approach the person, and they still with the same thing, you are so powerful and so wonderful and so handsome and so beautiful that you can just walk away. You know what, Hector? I'm not doing this with you tonight. I love you, Hector. Hey, Hector. I love you, baby. I love you. Okay? I love you. So just being in the headspace, right? Where you can say to somebody, no, 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 baby, that's not okay. right? Mother, father, sister, brother, cousin. I don't care who it is, husband, wife, right? I'm not okay with that, right? You're literally setting your relationship straight. Now, I'm not telling you to be divisive and be angry or anything at them because they are accustomed to you living a certain way and doing things a certain way. I'm not telling you to be angry about it. What I'm telling you is that you have the capacity to walk away from the situation, give it a breather, and then coming back to the table and saying, listen, we got to change this. This is not okay. This is not acceptable. I had an awakening. I know that I deserve more. And let's come back to the table and discuss, because yes, I do love you. And I'm not walking away completely from the relationship, but I need for you to understand that the behavior and the things that we have been practicing inside of the confines of this relationship that we have, they're not working for me anymore. Something was triggered in my heart and in my mind. And right now, from here on out, like I need to set a new standard for my life. I need to do things differently, right? So setting boundaries shows you, and it helps the other person too. Because some people didn't grow up with the same structure that you grew up with. Some people didn't grow up with a level of acceptance that you grew up with. Some people don't know any better. They don't know their worth and their value. And what I'm here to tell you tonight is because you are as amazing as you are, and I don't care who is listening, I need for you to understand that nobody's going to love you or treat you better than you treat yourself. And if you do not set up boundaries, honey, you are setting yourself up for failure. And this is for both men and women, right? So it's not just your energy. It's not just you sitting there trying to go along just to get along. No, you're doing the whole relationship a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice, but that's, a no-brainer, right? But you're literally telling the other person you're involved with, once again, it does not have to be your husband or your wife or romantic partner, right? It can literally be, Lord, help me, Holy Ghost. It could literally be a situation where you're just saying to yourself, you know what? This here, it's not okay. From this point on, I'm not doing it, right? I need you to treat me a certain way. And you're not demanding it, you're commanding it because you've changed. How about that? And you don't have to scrape and claw and fight your way. You don't have to do that, right? Half the time the battle ain't even yours, people. Their energy is just what it is. And at the time you met the person, you didn't know any better. So you don't have to throw the baby and the bathwater out. You could just command, listen, I don't want this, and I'm changing, and this is what I'm evolving, and I want us to evolve together. And so I'm going to set up these boundaries. We're going to set up these boundaries for one another. Like, babe, what is it that you don't like? Because I really don't like when you do this, right? And being fair and being equitable in all things, right? You want to do your personal best to win. And you cannot hide yourself and win. You have to honor yourself in order to win, right? So you can't be dismissive of how you feel. It's very important that you latch a hold to, listen, I got to do this for me because I want to be happy, because I want to be successful in my relationship, because I want true love. And sometimes when you hide yourself, you're hiding the very best parts of yourself when the other person really needs for you to say what it is that you're feeling. So, you got to stop playing. Be honest, right? And I think that that's the failure in a lot of relationships. People are not being honest, right? A lot of people are in pain and they never tell their partner they're in pain or what they're in pain about. Sometimes they haven't even done their due diligence, to seek out the help that they need from within themselves, right? So now you show up, you on the scene, you whole, you got yourself together, and by all appearances, they do too. So you're trusting that when you get into this relationship, or you're trusting that you can believe in them, because by all appearances, everything seems all right with them, right? And then you find out that they grew up with no structure. You know, it doesn't take you long, right? To find out, wait. I just kind of jumped into this thing, or I just thought that they were so amazing. I didn't know I had to tell them, you know, that not being nice to me wouldn't work. He said, listen, that don't work for me. The way you talk to me, that don't work for me, right? But then maybe you're 3 or 4 or 6 months in or a year in and they think it's okay. And you don't say anything. It's like, oh, maybe this will pass. maybe they just having a moment. Nah, don't fall for that okie dokie either. Because when you don't address something in the moment, when you let it go, it's almost like you're saying it's okay, whether you're consciously aware of that or not. Right? So moving forward, it is advantageous to every single one of us to set up boundaries. You ever seen children that are out of control anymore? Oh my God. I know y'all seen it because I seen it a lot when I had kids. And it actually made me discipline my kids more because I said, if you get out of line, you know what I'm saying? I'll have to break you down right where you stand because I'm not having any of it. There were boundaries. And the reason why there were boundaries is because I didn't want my children to get hurt, right? So I had to give them some sort of structure. And this is how this relationship is going to go. Because I know, like right now, you're 5 years old and you don't know any better. And because I'm your mom, I'm going to show you. And it gave your children and the children a certain level of respect, right? Because you set up boundaries. And my mother would never go for that. You know, some of us can attest to that, right? Our parents didn't let us run wild in the street. You had to be in the house before the lights came on, right? So I know it's a different era. It's new technology. You can call your kids and, you know, track them on their phone and all this other stuff. But the idea is that you would be truthful, that you would be honest, and that they were honest with you because they only wanted what's best for you. And if you see anybody that's out of line, you don't have to quit on them. You just tell them what it's going to be, right? And you can't be so in love with somebody that people can do, hey, Kev, that's my brothers. You know what, Hector, you are mad. Hector says boundary saves lives and teeth. I love you, Hector. Hector, you are a mess. Hector is part of my Unlocking Your Love Inner Circle, as a matter of fact. Him and some other, you know, men are a part of it. So it's so dope because it's men and women in my group, and it is amazing. Kevin, I love you, baby. I love you, brother. I got to call you. I know. I'm off the hook. Pray for me. I know. So, one of the things that you got to be clear about is you have to be clear about defining the relationship if you want the relationship to work. Now, some things, once again, I said it to you before, I'm going to say it again. Sometimes we believe that other people ought to know better than to treat you a certain way. But sometimes other people have been raised in dysfunction, and what is dysfunction to you is normal to them. So there needs to be some clarity around the idea, not just of common decency, because I think we all have an expectation of that, right? But there needs to be some things that are said that make you uncomfortable, right? You need to speak your truth. You cannot be effective and good in a relationship if you never speak your truth and honor yourself. Hi, I don't know who is that? It just says, hi, sis, Facebook user. I don't know who that is. You have to give StreamYard permission to see your account in order for me to see. It depends on where you're looking at it from. But it is vitally, vitally important that we are extremely honest about where we are in our lives, right? And stop being angry because people don't know. And I'm not chalking everything up to people not knowing. I'm not saying that to you at all. You know, because some things I think people do know, like it's wrong to hit me, right? But there are some people that saw that and that's normalized. And it's normal in their lives, right? And so abuse is taking place all the time. You know, when I was a little girl, you know, I lived in Hempstead. Y'all know that. And I used to be playing with like my cousins, right? but I hit hard. I'm very heavy-handed. I got big hands for a woman, right? And I used to hit my cousin, bam. We'd be playing like tag or flag football or something because I was a little wild child. I was a little tomboy, right? I used to hit my cousin. My cousin would be like, don't be hitting me. He'd be so mad. He would be so mad. I'm like, oh, sorry, because I'm heavy-handed. And I was only playing, but it would hurt him, right? We the same height, same build, everything. But the point I'm trying to make is I didn't think anything of it. I was a little tomboy, right? And so I didn't think very much of that, but he had to set up a boundary for me so that I would stop doing that. He didn't want me to hit him, right? And so a lot of times women think that women are the only ones being abused, and that's not the truth. Men are being abused as well because women think sometimes that it's okay. So men have to set up boundaries. Ain't nobody hitting nobody up in here. How about that, right? But we get so accustomed and so used to doing things a certain way, and we think that it's normal because the last relationship you was in, it was different. But you're in a new relationship, or you trying to change the game because you're evolving and you want something new, different, and fresh in the relationship that you're in. The best thing that you could ever do is to set up boundaries. Speak your truth, right? And so I wasn't going to be on here too long. I just wanted to jump on real quick. I don't know if anybody got anything to say because usually y'all popping off in the chat. But it's real talk. It's real talk. Like, what do you want for your life? And stop being silent. Use your voice to elevate. Hey, sis, I love you. Hey, Kate, what's up? I see y'all. Yeah. So you really, truly want to make, I love you too, baby. You already know I love you, KG. You know I love you. I love you, baby. You know that. Like some cooked food. You better stop playing. Like some cooked food, honey. So, but real talk. Like, how do you expect to have a wonderful and great relationship if you're not honest about how you feel? If you're not authentically being who you are, right? If you're not, speaking your truth. It don't work like that. Especially in this economy, right? Where people are off the rails, and you'd be like, wow, where they do that at? Because you wasn't raised like that, right? So that's one of the things that I think is so necessary for us, is that we set up boundaries and be honest about how you feel. Be honest about what you want your life to look like. That's right. Self-love first. Absolutely. Because you know what? For real, midway, right? If you went only until you begin to love yourself, you don't even see this as a problem, right? That's why a lot of men and women end up failing in their relationships, and they don't understand why. And men always say, I heard this from men, or I hear this from men all the time. They'll say, oh, I met her representative. She not really like that, blah, 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 right. But even if you're in the relationship and you're in 2 years deep, right? And all of a sudden you have this epiphany like, yo, I don't want to live like this, right? I don't want to be fussing and fighting all the time, or I want to be able to go to the gym and it not be a problem. Or sometimes, babe, can you cook dinner for me instead of me cooking dinner only for you? Babe, can we do date night? Because that's really important to me. Because sometimes we just snuggle in to a situation because it feels comfortable. But it's not really what we want, right? And so, Reva, I see you. And so instead of just snuggling in and getting comfortable, but not happy, therein lies the problem, right? Reva says self-care, learn how to love yourself first, figure out what you want, then set boundaries and take nothing less. Absolutely. Absolutely, Reva. I completely agree with you, sis. That ain't nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. And so it's vitally important, right, that we wrap our heads around that. And I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to get to the point of setting boundaries if you don't love yourself. And that's real talk. You're not going to get there until you begin to love yourself. And you could tell a person who don't have any real self-love, because people will tell you, well, I love myself. I love myself, and it'd be like, no, I love myself. I'm take care of myself first. And then here's the other thing people do. They say all of this good stuff, but then they contradict themselves and they actually lie, because everything that they said that they wanted, right, they begin to go against what they said that they wanted for their lives. So let's just say, for an example, I say I don't eat pork. I'm using that, something simple, right? But then every once in a while you see somebody eating bacon, you'd be like, you look at them side eye, right? Because then you say you don't eat pork. So why are you eating pork now? So you're telling the world, right, that you're this way. But the truth of the matter is it's a lie. You may not want to eat pork anymore, but when you eat pork, people find out that you're a liar. And all the stuff that you were talking about, who you are and what you do and what you represent, and all of a sudden, you're doing the very thing that you said, right, that you wouldn't do. And I'm talking about an up close and personal relationship. I'm not talking about people outside of your household. I'm talking about people in your household. You know what I'm saying? It says you can't do nothing. What did you say? You can do nothing. Let me see what you say. You cannot do nothing for anyone, mom, kids, etc., until you have love. Absolutely, 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 Viva. Absolutely. You got to pour into yourself first. You got to keep your cup full. However it is that you do that, you seek God first. Ask God to fill you up so that you can give it the level that you want to give, right? And if you follow the word, and I don't know if everybody is a Christian on here or not, right? I'm not talking about a religion. I'm talking about relationship, baby. Let's talk about it, okay? What I'm saying is that if you seek God first, He'll fill you up. He'll fill you up, and He'll give you so that everything in the overflow, everything in the saucer, everybody else can have. They can have a piece of that. Everybody gets a little bit of that, what's in the saucer, not what's in the cup, right? But you have to be true to who you are and honor and say what you mean and mean what you say, and let your yes be yes and your no be no. And here's the other thing. Be honest. Be honest. Yes, Christine, self-love. Be honest, not with everybody outside of you, more than you're being honest with you yourself, right? Because that is so important. And I'm going to tell you this. If you think people are not watching you, they watch everything you do, just like your kids watch you, and they learn from you and they pick up all your stuff. If you think people don't watch you to see where you err, where you fall short, sometimes people just do that so that they can have something to talk about, right? So when you set up your boundaries, be clear and be honest with who you are and where you are. Do you like what's outside of you? I don't know what you mean by that, baby. Do you like what's outside of you? You like, I don't know. You got to clarify for me what you mean, baby. So it's important. It is extremely important that we literally own where we are and where we want to be, right? A lot of times we can find ourselves a little jammed up because we didn't say what it was, right? And so let me just tell you this little story. So I was at church today, and this is what made me decide to share this story with y'all that I posted on my Facebook wall earlier about a gentleman that I had met not too long ago. One of the guys from my church, he's amazing. He's a deacon at my church. I found him at the church today. I've been to church and forever. I'll be watching online. Y'all pray for me. But he's a deacon at my church, right? And he said to me, Kim, I just love your energy, right? I said, that's crazy, So I began to tell him the story about what I posted on my Facebook page. The gentleman who I met probably a little more, like in July, I think I met him, hanging out on the mall, right? And y'all know the Nautical Mall. That's some spot right there. Okay. So I met him on the Mars. Very, very cool guy, sincere, genuine guy. And when he said, Kim, I love you, I was like, oh, I love you too. Because y'all know me, I love people. For real. Right? We have to love ourselves first, but do you like everything or anything outside of you? We have to love ourselves first, but do you like everything or anything else? You know what? I do not like everything about myself. I don't. There are so many things. Like, okay, seriously, as we all are, I'm a work in progress. Okay? And no matter what I know spiritually, no matter what I know, I got so much more work to do. Oh my God. In the words of my niece Layla Bell. She'd be like, oh my God, Auntie, clutching her pearls. Right? I do not like sometimes how I show up. Right? Um, y'all don't see me all the time. That's why I be telling people don't get all caught up on Facebook and all this other business, right? Because you don't see people all the time, right? And you don't know what they're like in real life, right? So I'm not saying I'm a monster or anything like that, but what I am saying, right, no one is perfect. What I am saying is that I am constantly working on being a better version of myself. I think that when I speak my truth and I know the truth about how I dealt with something, say somebody pissed me off at the supermarket or something, and I'm ready to get in the business. Okay. I get in my car and I gotta go, okay, Kim, you gotta really calm down. Like, that was not cute at all. But see, y'all wouldn't see that because y'all only see me on Facebook, right? Y'all don't see me giving nobody the business when they're completely out of pocket, and I have every right to. I need to work on not allowing anybody to take me outside of my comfort zone. We have to convert on this topic. Converse? Okay, yes, we really, really do. You want to get up here with me? I'll send you the code. You want to get on for a minute so we can kick it? I'll break it down to you on a phone call, Queen. You don't want to get on. You can get on right now and share how you feel. Yes or no? Holla at me. Okay. All right. So we about to bring my good friend up here on the good messenger. I'm sending it to you in Messenger, okay? Okay. Um okay. I'm sending you the link so you click on it. Okay. Your wife is amazing, by the way. I'm looking at the last thing you text me. I said she's beautiful. Okay, I just sent you the link so you could come in, all right? He said, do it. Okay, do it. Y'all was about to go down. So anyway, let me just finish telling y'all real quick before KG get on here. So the gentleman is so nice. So the deacon at my church, he said, Kim, I just love your energy, right? And I said, thank you. And I began to tell him the story, and that's what made me post it on Facebook. People feel your energy, and I talk about this all the time. And people end up really loving and caring about the person that you are, right? We're all a work in progress. We all need help. But one of the things that I really, truly have to say is that in the meantime and in between time, if you're honest and you're upfront and you're real, then people really do get to see the real you. They're not seeing a facsimile or some copy of you. They're seeing you, right? And you want people to fall in love with the real you, not the nonsense that other people see. You want them to know that you laugh loud. I'm talking about myself. Y'all pray for me. Okay, that you laugh loud and that you got a good sense of humor and that you're kind and loving towards people, right? You want them to see that part of you, right? And then you also, because sometimes if you're going to give them the business, you want them to see that part too. Because no, I have a standard, and no, we're not doing it like that. Thank you very much. And not to the point that it's my way or it's the highway. It's to the point that there's a certain way that I like to live. And because of that, right, I'm setting the standard for my life. So KG is here. He is on deck. He is on deck. He is on deck. It's about to go down. So talk to me. Talk to me, Kay.
So what's up? What's up, fam? How you doing, sweetie? How
Blessed.
you doing, sweetie? What's going on?
I am blessed, baby. I cannot complain.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, it's good to see you. I love your broadcast. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Even football season can't stop the queen. You feel me?
I know, right? It's Sunday night. Stop playing, girl.
That's a beat. But I want to go back to what I was saying about the love and the like, right? In a relationship, right? Because love is only self, right? So when you're in a relationship, you fall in love, right? Because you already love yourself. So you're just trying to express the love that's coming out of yourself. But guess what? Do you like that person? Right? You understand what I'm saying? The things you love, do you like it? Think about it.
Okay.
Do you like it?
Okay. Do I like what? The way I love?
No. That's not a fair question. The question, or not even a question, the statement is love is automatic when you have knowledge of self. When you have knowledge of self, you love yourself. Right? So when you get into a relationship, because you said something about relationship. So when you get into a relationship, you already coming with love, right? So you may fall in love, right? Because you only expressing the love that you have out of yourself.
Right.
Within yourself, into somebody that you like, right? You don't know if you love. You understand what I'm saying? So now, right. So now, do you like this person or the relationship that you're in? Do you like your job? You love the work, but do you like it?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? This is what makes it. This is what makes it stronger, right? And this is what makes you build even taller in the love sense or the spirituality of love and light, right? So we have to get out of the mind. We have to get out of the mindset of love that's where it stops at. No, we could be in love with anything. We could we could be in love with anything or ourselves, or we could say we love her or we love him or we love the dog and this, that. Do you like it? Think about that. Do you like it? Because if you don't like it,
well, I'm going to say it to you. I hope y'all following KG. I don't know if y'all following him or not and what he's saying, but I'm going to say this. I like the fact that I am loving and I am kind. And I know you can love a lot of people. You can love a lot of people. You can be in relationship with a lot of people. But I love who I am when I love other people.
That's a fact.
It's not even a like thing. It's a love thing.
Right.
Because I think that love is just the one thing. Like your love really makes you beautiful. Like, because you're giving the very best of yourself to others, and there is no resentment, there is no pain, there is no hurt attached to that. And when you give love from an authentic place with no conditions, because that's what love is, right? People always like, oh no, because I gotta have, people give me the business about that. But I promise you that when you love authentically, you can never lose, right? And you get to this place where you're like, I really love who I am as a person because of the way that I love.
Right. And let me piggyback off of that right there. Because number one, you're a child of God, right?
Right.
So you love, right? Number one, you love because you're loving yourself.
Yes.
Right. And all the love that you put out, right? You can put out love all day, but the things that you are experiencing and the backlash that you're getting, what do you like? That's important. In relationships, this is important. Do this just because you love yourself, right? And you have all this love, where is it that you like to be around this certain energy? Right? Not that you love to be around the energy. I want to like something. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't know how you're taking. I don't know. I think like, okay, so you said you talked about job, right? You know, your job, your position at work, your whatever, right? First of all,
not just that though, but just
I know we're
general.
talking about relationships, but I need to break it down.
Right.
So I need to.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. So I'm saying this to you, that if I love myself and I am honoring myself, right?
Right.
And I connect with somebody else who is not honorable, right? It does not stop me from being the person that I am. And I can still love you in spite of who you are. I don't always have to be around you. And yes,
exactly,
the very essence of who we are, we need a sense of belonging. We need to be loved, right? We need communion. We need fellowship. It's a part of who we are, right? And every day when a person doesn't get that, they don't feel good, right? But when you are in love with yourself, like meaning not in love with yourself, like, you know, but self-love, right? When you have self-love, and you give unselfishly to people, no matter who they are, no matter what they do, no matter how they come across, it does not stop you from being the magnificent, loving, kind person that you are, right? And even when it hurts sometimes, because love in and of itself is always good, but sometimes the circumstances around love may hurt you, right?
Exactly.
You don't have to like that part, right? But that's a part that is you authentically and intimately being in relationship with another person. And you don't get to turn that part off. You have to accept it all, right?
That's
you don't get to pick out the parts of the person or who they are. No, love is about acceptance. Right? So I accept you, flaws and all, for who you are, right?
Exactly.
So I don't get to pick you apart and only take the parts of you that I love. No, I have to accept all of you. And sometimes that doesn't always feel so good because there's a lot of different things, variables going on. But if it's true love, right? All of that is going to work out in the wash, right? Because love covers everything. It covers everything.
That's a fact. So let me go on to say, piggybacking off you again. So I'm in love with somebody for 13 years, and at the same time, I am really in love, so much in love. I am trying to, I'm trying everything to make my wife see and learn how to love, or whatever the case may be, and then it's still nothing, never happens, right? So what am I to do, or what are we to do? What if somebody wait a minute, not now, I'm just saying, what if somebody that's so in love, and then like you said, you can't pick this, you can't look at their flaws, you can't do this, you can't do that, right?
No, you can see them, but you have to make a choice whether or not, you're going to deal with that. Right. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. So, and then when that part comes to a person who really don't have, how can I say it? Who really don't have all the self-knowledge of loving themselves.
Right.
But they're so in love with somebody else, they just doing them wrong, whatever. And then when they constantly find out about it 13 years later, it's like, okay, and then now I'm wrong, or not, they are wrong, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So when I say that, because I did go through that, and I find to realize that through them 13 years, I really never liked that person. Okay. But I really, because I'm so self-loving, you understand what I'm saying? I allowed this to happen.
Okay.
You get it? It's not for people our age.
Now I definitely
it's not for people our age. It's for people that's probably going through it. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Because what they're doing, and here's the thing. Love, honor, and courage all work hand in hand. Right? You can love somebody, and I guess you can try your best to love the hell out of them, like literally, like
I know that's right.
Out of them.
Yeah.
But you'll find out that doesn't work. But it takes courage to say, I've set up a boundary. I love you, and I want what's best for you. But I am refusing to participate in this any longer. Because I know that the more I stay here in this space with you, I am not helping you. I am enabling you to continue to do the things that you're doing. And what I need you to do is I need you to wake up. And I may not be the one that's going to wake you up. Maybe I'm just the one that's going to plant the seed. Maybe you need to go through something more, right? In your life before you wake up and see just how important and beautiful you really are. Right. But I'm not here for it, because it's like watching somebody that you absolutely love do drugs. Right. At a certain point, you cannot. It's like watching a car wreck. I cannot stay here. I love you. But what I need you to do is I need you to love yourself more. Because see, while I have the capacity to love you, right? Because this is real talk. This is really what's happening. Right? I have the capacity to love you. But I can no longer participate in this, because not only is it dishonor to you, but it's also dishonoring myself.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Right.
And then look, it's not like I don't have
where they are. Right.
Yeah, that's a fact. I appreciate that, but and I hope that people, if it's anybody that's really going through this, I hope they appreciate it more than me, because I'm way past that. But it's something that way stuck with me. And how can we teach this, to other people?
Right. The question then becomes, why did I do that to myself?
Right.
And so
how can I make sure it don't happen again?
Yes. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Because while I have the capacity to love, I don't want you, trying to find the verbiage for this, but while I love you, I need you to love you too. Because what happens is love is like the current that runs through an electrical socket, right? Love gives you
a conduit.
Right. You plug in, and once you plug in, it's like synergy. Everything comes together and the light comes on, right? Your phone going, okay, baby, I love you, Christine, I love you. And so love, right, is like, you plug in, and then all of a sudden there's this synergy, right? And you're wanting and you're rooting for the best, right? But when you begin to take the posture of, I love somebody who is not loving themselves enough, it's almost like I gotta save them. What is that about? Right? That's the question that you got to ask yourself when you in deep, when you are in so deep, right? And you keep saying, so like, how the heck did I get involved this deep? How did I let this happen? The question is, what part of you was in alignment with the damage in the other person?
Right.
What part of you was in alignment with the pain in the other person? You have to ask yourself that, because that'll answer a lot of questions for the people who are loving people who are damaged. And I don't mean damaged goods, but people who are struggling, people who don't even know how to begin to love themselves, right? And when you love yourself for real, it doesn't mean you don't love yourself. But what it does say every time is it says, what part of me was in agreement with that? What part of me was in agreement with that? Right?
Right.
Because if they didn't love themselves, they don't have the capacity to love me.
Exactly. And I allow myself to, I ain't gonna say me, but you allow yourself to be in that predicament. So you gotta look at yourself.
It's true. No. Can we have a moment of transparency, since you're being transparent about what you went through?
Yeah, sure.
Listen, y'all don't want me to tell my story, okay? You don't.
No, don't tell your story, please.
No,
that's a whole book.
Right. That's what I'm saying to you. I did not get here where I am without being in the exact same place that you
exactly.
Right. And sometimes we forget and we want to charge people like, oh, they so stupid. They da 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 da. Sometimes people just don't know no better. Right. And when you know
better, but what I want to let you know that I'm not in that predicament right now.
No, I completely understand, because your wife is amazing and beautiful. And I know
thank you.
Listen, I know because we talk, right?
But I don't forget my past either. So and what you're doing, Kim, is so awesome. Oh. It's so awesome. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
It's awesome.
God be the glory. To God be the glory. For real.
That's right.
God be the glory. Because I'm saying this because none of us are above it. Right? None of us.
Right.
Like, I've been there, done that, and got some t-shirts, toe up from the flow up. There were days, I promise y'all, real talk. This is a real story, true part of my life. I slid down my wall in this house. I answered the phone. I was going through something. I was so hurt. I was so broken. I didn't know what to do. And I was on the phone and I was crying. I literally, in my hallway, because it was a phone, a house phone. This is going back many, many years. Y'all know, because we ain't had house phones in forever. I mean, we got them.
Right.
And I literally slid down the wall because I was so hurt. So when I tell you, and I'm going back 18, 19, 20 years, more than that, right? Actually, it was more than that. And the reality of the situation is it took me so long to regroup and to gather myself and to learn and to process what I had allowed, right? That's the only reason why I could speak to this. And it ain't because I'm reading books.
That's right.
Do this and do that and trying to give you the 7 steps to this, that. I'm not doing that. This is stuff that I've experienced and I've grown through. So when you say that and you're being transparent, I appreciate you. I thank you for coming and saying that, because a lot of men will not own that. And check this out. Here's the blessing in the storm. KG, you dealt with all that you dealt with. And you and I talk on occasion, not all the time, as much as we should probably.
No doubt.
But you know that I know that you went through some hell, right?
That's right.
You didn't sit there and lament and say, yo, I'm never messing with these women out here. They put me through this, that, and the third. You didn't do that. You know what you did?
Right.
You found your beautiful queen, right?
Exactly.
That knew
I got that.
how to speak to her king. You better hear.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
All of a sudden, everything in your life, all the hell that you went through, begin to kind of like, wait, what? While you remember.
Yeah, I went through that.
Yeah, right. Because when I could have been, but see, you wasn't even ready for real talk.
I wasn't ready for it.
That you have right now, because you didn't know her language. She spoke something different to you. She sang a different song. You ain't used to nobody. Wait a minute. She up here, she making major moves. Now, wait a minute. I'm attached to her. And so I'm blessed because of her. And now she's helping me to elevate my mind. Listen, you've been like most people, KG, real talk. You would have tapped out and said, nah, I ain't messing with
exactly.
They crazy. Hear me. And all
it's a fact.
To meet your queen and you met her.
Yeah.
You didn't give up on yourself. And look at
Never.
you now. And every time, you know, like he was inboxing me, and he was like, "Look at my baby." You know, you didn't say, "Look at my baby." It's my wife.
Yeah.
That's what you said. My wife doing anything. You know, you're proud.
Yeah, because you family. You know what I mean?
Right.
You
No,
are
I
family.
know.
So,
and I don't mean to air your
you know
stuff
what I'm saying?
out.
I was like, yo.
What I'm saying.
And a lot of stuff you talk about, a lot of stuff you're talking about today, you know, we from back in the day. You know,
Yes.
you ain't just no person online. You know, I know her. You know, and the stuff she's spitting, I literally went through that.
Right.
So you know, I have to build with you if that makes sense. You know, I have to talk to her. I have to.
But a lot of men
say what?
Honest. A lot of men won't be honest. That's why I'm always trying to bring my brothers on, because my brother, I love it. The transparency.
You know why men? You know why a lot of men won't be honest?
Why?
Because, as you know, men in situations like this, which is not being emotional, but you know, men are taught not to cry. Get up, you fell down. Get up, keep on going. Blah blah blah. Whatever. You know the old school thing. But you know, at our age, we are at the golden ages of our life. It's nothing that we can't say to each other.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing that we can't say to each other. You know, at this moment in our life. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing we can't express. No feelings we can't express.
Right.
You know, and Kim, you know me. I hit you up.
Right.
I'll be like, boom, I'm mad, happy, or even if I'm sad, you know, or whatever, I'll let you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we have to listen. And I can take it back to the streets. When we was younger, we was young on the streets building.
Yes.
You know, on the corner, what's today's mathematics? Blah, 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 whatever. That's a form. That is a form of unity, communication, building.
Yes.
Right? Now that we are 56, 60, or whatever the case may be, we have to continue to build.
What with that? Go ahead. I'm listening.
I know. But we have to continue to build though. Right? If this is the way we gotta build, guess what?
Yes.
So be it. If we gotta build through love, which is always have been through love, we fight, get back in the car, whatever the case may be. It's all love, right? And we kept on going. and we got to do the same thing today, right? So I don't mind, you know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cut through the chase. I love when I see you speaking. I love your books. I love when you on live and you're talking about something. You understand what I'm saying? I see all my people on live, but everybody ain't talking about, you know, like, okay, that didn't hit me like when, you know, you understand what I'm saying? So that inspires me, right? My wife loved it. You know, who is that? I said, it's Kim. I grew up, blah, 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 whatever, you know. You remember I moved to New York, back to Malvern, right across the street from your house? I was in Green's house, right? Yes. So this is real. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm inspired. You know, it's all love. So I don't just go do your thing and love you and love your posts or whatever. I stop and listen sometime when I got the time, and then keep
because you be at work usually.
But I said, but I said, yo, I'm gonna kick it with Kim and let her know where we all are, because we all are on Facebook, Metaverse, whatever you want to call it. But we all looking at each other, and not only that, we're judging each other.
My God,
right? This is a fact now. We are judging each other and don't even see each other. Right. Don't even hug each other. Right. Don't even call each other.
Right.
You understand? Right. So we have to have some type of place. So this metaverse or Facebook or social media works. It's a gift and a curse, right? Yeah. It's a gift to me because I get to see all my loved ones.
Yes.
In the real time.
Yes.
You feel me? Yes. And that's how I take it.
Yes.
You feel me?
I feel you.
So
I feel you.
No matter how I come across, it doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is I come across.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
I got you.
Exactly. As long as I come across,
right.
And my folks can see me, you know, in real time, like right now,
Right.
Other than that, but I don't want to take too much of your time up. I don't want to go delving too deep with the love and the light thing because I don't think we reached that.
No,
but I'm gonna leave it
I
alone.
think that was important. But
Yes,
I
the love and the light thing is
but
right.
I also think
You love your wife, but do you like her?
right.
You love your husband, but do you like him?
Right.
Do you like him?
You know what? Can I just say something about that?
Yeah.
That speaks to friendship.
Yes.
That speaks to true intimacy.
Friends tell each other everything.
Right. Right.
Do you tell your husband or your wife everything? No.
Right. Right. Because you begin to hide. Right. So my question then would be, how did you get entangled? Jada Pickett's word. How did you get entangled with someone, right, that you don't even like? Right. And perhaps because you didn't take the time to learn them and become their friend.
You know why? Because you know where the entanglement come from? Doing it out of spite.
Really? You think so?
That's all I never heard of entanglement until Jada Pickett them.
I think entanglement is when you get yourself caught up in something you ain't got no business being caught up in.
You ain't got no business in.
Right.
Number one.
Yeah.
But number two, I still think it's out of spite.
No, well, I don't
entanglement.
Know. I don't know because I don't pay attention to pop culture. Y'all pray for me because I'm really.
Well, I only know one couple that had something to do with entanglement. I never know Kim Jones to be entanglement.
Right.
I never know nobody else to be involved in an entanglement. But Jada Pickett, Will Smith, and that other dude, Augusta, whatever his name is. But they was in the entanglement.
Lord.
So, I don't know if she was in her cougar moment. I don't know. So I don't know. Entanglement is not even a word to me.
No,
it's straight. It's straight cheating.
It really is.
Straight cheating.
It is a word, right? But what I'm thinking, it's a real situation because entanglement speaks to, once again, getting ourselves involved in stuff we have no business being in. Period.
Okay.
Right?
I understand.
That's what I see entanglement as. And I think that people are getting themselves entangled with people that they do not even like, that they do not know well enough, that they haven't been through the 4 seasons of their lives with. Right? Does that make sense? So in other words, you got to see people in the spring, fall, winter, and summer of their lives. You got to see how they handle adversity. You got to see if they're being honest. You got to see if that person is true to themselves, right? Do they lie to themselves? Right. I just got finished talking about that before you got on. Like, are we speaking truth and standing in our conviction on what our beliefs are? Are we somehow, some way allowing others to take advantage of us because we're not standing in our truth? Are we being honest about who we really are? Right? Or just are we talking about who we aspire to be? Right? Because that matters, right? And in order for you to talk about what you aspire to be with a potential partner or a spouse, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to have that conversation, to say to them, these are the areas where I'm weak and I know I need your help, right? And it might not come out quite like that, but you're open and honest about the things that you're feeling, that you don't always know what to do, allowing yourself to have a weak moment with your partner to see how they handle that. Because before you marry them, before you get married, right? Are they encouraging me and supporting me and being like honest with me about what it really is? And I don't mean mean to me. I mean speaking life to me and saying, babe, we're going to get through this together. Like, I understand you having a moment, but you got to see how people react and respond to you when you are in a crisis mode, when their parents pass away, when they're fighting with their siblings, if they have any, when trouble comes, maybe they don't have enough money to cover whatever it is, the bill, right? How do they handle? Right? And so if you haven't seen people in the 4 seasons of their lives, and yet you commit to marry them before anything even happens, like, oh, that's going to be my husband, that's going to be my wife. You've never seen them, and you don't say, come on now. Like, so I don't blame the person that you have entangled yourself with for being the problem, right?
Right.
Because they
That's
are
a
who
fact.
they are. I blame,
That's a fact.
if there's going to be any blame placed, it would be on me for not doing
On
my
yourself.
due diligence, right?
Right.
Because I'm
That's a
talking
fact.
about being tied to a person for the rest of my natural born life,
My,
because I really don't
exactly.
believe in divorce, although I have been divorced, right? I don't want to listen. I had a meme I posted. I said, listen, ain't gonna be next relationship with me, ain't gonna be no divorce, somebody body bag, ambulance, somebody, because I'm not doing it. I don't want to ever be married again and be talking and thinking on divorce. Like, so I need to do my due diligence. And while I think I'm hilariously funny, that might not have ring across, it came across as such. But my point is that it's up to me to do my due diligence about who I decide that I want to involve myself with, right? So
and
I'm about
deal
to
with it.
because I done been on here for an hour.
Okay,
yes.
anything wrong with that? I appreciate it.
What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is in relationships, when you do get married or you do get committed, the first thing you must not do is focus on your partner's flaws. Don't do that. Do not do that. Because once you do that, it's over with, right?
Yes.
Because that person you cannot change.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Once you focus on their flaws, because remember, you married them. Yeah. So now you're seeing all the flaws, and you start focusing on that, you're done.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you that right now, and I'm gonna leave it as that, and we can continue on.
Listen to me. Sometimes we focus on what they're not doing so much that we don't even see what they're doing right.
Exactly. That's my point.
And women, right? Yo, stop it. Stop it.
I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it right now.
No, not
I know it, but I'm gonna stop it right now though, because we can go on and on and on.
Yeah. Because that's a big topic right there. Focus on somebody's flaws. Like, why you married them then?
Yeah, why you married them? You ain't see the flaws? Right. But you just said that. Now you just was talking about that.
Yes.
You understand? But it's all good. Thank you for having me on.
Oh,
I love you so much, Kim.
I love you back.
And when you see AC, make sure you tell AC you had me on.
I'm gonna tell him. Like, hey, this was on.
Yeah. Yo, I love you. Hey, keep up the good work.
Baby.
Yeah, no doubt. You need to send me some links in my inbox. Well, we can purchase things, whatever you got going on or whatever, and I can share everything down here in Alabama, and we'll be good. All right.
All right. Thank you, baby. I appreciate
it. Until the next show, Kim. I love you.
All right. Love you too, baby. All right. Be blessed. Hello. Okay, so that was dope. I think that was so dope. I love KG. We've been friends forever, as he stated. That was amazing. I like his question. Do you like yourself? Like, do you like your spouse? Right? I think my next topic is going to be, would you marry yourself? Can we talk about that? Okay. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, I'm going to be on Lady She podcast on the 13th. Right, which is Tuesday. So y'all get ready in my TD Jakes voice, because it's gonna be streaming on YouTube. I'm gonna be on Lady She's podcast. It's going down. I love you guys, and I thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already a part of my Unlocking Your Love group, you might want to join it. Inbox me for more information so I can add you to the group. I also have an Unlocking Your Love Inner Circle, which is my monthly membership group. That is dope, because we be discussing some serious stuff up in there, and everybody's growing and learning and becoming a better version of themselves. That's what it's about. Can I just say one more thing, and I'm done. I told y'all the last time I was on here to get ready. You've been praying. God heard you. Your waiting season is over. Y'all better get ready. Like, if you're not ready right this minute, it's okay. But I want you to get ready. Whatever it is that you need to do, God heard you. He heard your cry. And believe me when I tell you that your prayers are about to be answered. I don't know who this is for. And I don't mean to even sound vague. I've been saying this for weeks, months, actually. I think the last 2 months now, I've been saying it. Get ready. Get ready. God is about to bless your socks off. I don't know if it's the business. I don't know if it's the house. I don't know if it's car. I don't even know who this is for. All I can tell you is that that word has been resonating in my spirit, and it's for somebody that's listening. I need you guys to really, truly get ready for everything that you've been praying for. This is the season. It's time to harvest everything that you've been planting in the Word of God. I love you guys. Y'all have an awesome and amazing night, and God bless you. I love y'all.